are going to go into Cambly. This first part, I'm going to show you examples of me teaching on Cambly Kids. The real video starts in 7 minutes. Okay, good morning. Konnichiwa, bonjour.
And what is this? I know this, but I didn't know what it's next.
It starts with a W. Woof, woof.
A wolf.
Yeah, see, you do that. You see this one right here? I like these. I want one for a pet.
Very sticky.
Yes, Stinky. Did you know that they can take the stinky gland out? They can take it out, and then it's not stinky anymore. Yes, I want one. I want them to take the stinky part out and then come to my house. It can be like my cat. Come here, little Stinky. And I would name him Stinky. Come here, Stinky. Come here. Do you remember what it's called?
Come here, Sticky.
Yes.
Why am I so stinky?
And then people will come to my house and they will see the little stinky animal and they will go, ah, and run out the house.
Yeah, but if I go to your house, I do that. Ah! Teacher.
You won't be scared?
No.
Okay. Yes, you can come to my house and come play with Stinky.
I think this is H what? H and then I didn't.
Said,
Don't climb the mountain.
do they have any Mario Kart where they have to go ski?
Have a ski Mario.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Mario on skis.
I have a run Mario.
You have
You can go to bed run Mario.
You have a game where Mario runs?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
I
what
see some people play Mario Run.
do they have one?
I'll have one Mario is in the 2066 year. I'll have this game.
2016?
Yes, this I saw you all this game. This game one moon we can jump. One.
Okay. So
And we have 1,000. We can jump 1,000 points.
oh,
This is how we have the moon. We have many moon. We can jump very high.
oh.
Some Mario is this. Moon Mario is this. Like a moon Mario.
So is he in space?
What?
Is he in outer space where the moon and the stars are?
Yes, I have this.
So he can jump. He can jump from the moon like this.
Yes. And
Can he climb?
Number one, her is go to the earth and have many moon. He can jump off the moon.
Oh wow! What about climbing? Can he climb?
Yes, he can climb. And
Like this?
with this Mario, we jump and feel Mario has this. Oh, I don't know.
Hello, my family is in Canada. Hi, Peter.
My family is in Canada.
You got it. Can you circle Canada? Where's Canada?
I can go Canada.
Where is Canada?
Here is Canada.
This little tiny thing right here?
Yeah. Wow.
What? This is Canada.
Oh, no, there is the USA.
What?
And there is the USA.
This tiny thing. Well, yes, this is part of the USA. Yes,
Yeah.
you got that. Let's put a star. And then this is the USA.
Yeah.
That's where I live. I live in the USA. You remember?
I know. USA here.
Yeah, right here in the USA. You got it. There's
I
Canada.
can draw the Canada.
Good job.
I feel the Canada look like something. Oh,
Good job.
I can believe it.
Oh, where are you visiting today, Peter? Where's Peter visiting?
We are Sleepland Park. This is very big park for Canada.
Yeah, we are visiting Banff National Park.
Visiting.
Yeah. Visiting. Good job.
Visiting.
You got it. Very good. Let's give you a hand clap. You get a hand clap. You get a hand clap.
We have. This is your hand.
That is, yeah, it is like my hand because it's brown. That's why I changed it. Sometimes it's yellow, but I changed it to brown, like my hand. Oh.
What's your teeth is very long. Your teeth.
These are called nails. My nails?
Is very long. Your nail, yes.
Yeah, you got it. My nails are very long. What do you think?
I don't know. What can you do very long?
Yeah, I can type. I can do everything.
This is
Here we go. We got to get your music. So you said S is for Santa.
my name Santa. I have. Wait.
Go knife. Go knife. Go. So Cambly is an online platform that you have to be at a laptop or a computer. They used to not let you be able to even log into Cambly on your phone, but there's a way to do it where you can log into Cambly on your phone. But it's not. I do not recommend it. It's really not allowed because all of the functions as you as a teacher would be able to do and see, they're not really good. It's not streamlined on a phone. But I have in a pinch, there have been times out of desperation of not wanting to miss a class where I've done it on my phone. I have. Guilty. But it's an online platform that you log in and you have people from all over that are Cambly clients. They log in to take classes with you. Classes can be anywhere from, I have one that books with me regularly. It's not a Cambly kid, it's an adult that books with me 15 minutes regularly. That's all he wants to do is 15 minutes. So you'll have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I've even had 5-minute classes where they just wanted to have a quick chat. I've had people driving and they wanted to just practice talking. They don't want to look at slides, they just want to talk. One guy even showed me the inside of a store and we talked about it. So that was vocabulary practice. It's a really laid back platform where people can connect with you and practice English. So I get people I used to get a lot of people from France and Italy, but now all of my students, I was going to say clients, but all of my students are mostly from different parts of Asia. I used to get a lot of Turkish students. I haven't gotten any from Turkey in a long time. I get Saudi Arabia and those surrounding areas, and China, Taiwan. Saudi Arabia, China, Taiwan. Those are the three major cultural backgrounds that I get on Cambly. So it really depends on what time you're getting on, because Cambly is 24 hours. So it's not just for one period of time in the day. It's all day, literally. It's literally available to you all day, 7 days a week. There's no like, oh, Cambly's closed. Cambly is always available to you. So it depends on what your target demographic, or if you're preferring adults or kids. Because if you prefer doing the children's side, which is Cambly Kids, then when you're on, you want that to be their after school hours. So for them, it'll be after school hours for their country. And then you'll get a lot of kids. Now, if you're doing business hours, I've even had people call on their lunch break, at work. Now, these are adults. So if you're looking more into the adult side of Cambly, then you would, I'm telling you, 24 hours a day. I've even gotten people in China or Taiwan or Japan. I get Japanese students too. Call me. For them, it'll be the middle of the night because they're night owls. It could be their work schedule or whatever the case may be, students, whatever. But they'll call in the middle of the night for just it could be 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I've even had some that booked me for a whole hour. But I can carry on conversation. I'm going to do videos on how to carry on the conversation too. Because a lot of time when it's free talk, there are no lessons. There are no slides to go off of. You're just really having a conversation with a stranger. You got to converse. And when they're a regular, once they become a regular for you, then you'll have so much to talk about because you can always build and build and build and build from the last conversation or interest, or you would kind of know that person and have a rapport with them, and it makes it easier because it's like calling a friend, right? It's calling a friend on the phone. So for the most part, especially if you're doing Cambly Kids, there are slides available. Even with the adults, there are lessons that you can pull from Cambly that are available that you can go through, such as reading activities, speaking and listening activities, small talk, like maybe asking them, if you can travel anywhere in the world, where would you like to go? There's as long as the conversations are appropriate and they do like that you kind of stay clear from politics and religion. Those are like two really sensitive topics right there, politics and religion. So Cambly frowns on talking about politics and religions because it's so easy to offend people, and this is a business platform. So there you go. And it goes both ways. If they're trying to really force that conversation on you, then as a tutor, you have a right to let them know whether or not you feel comfortable talking about that. But Cambly is an easy platform to even apply to. It's really laid back. What you do is you fill out all your information. No experience is necessary. You don't need a degree. You just need to be 18 years old and be a fluent and native English speaker. Like if English is your second language and you have like a thick accent, or you will be denied. You will be denied. So they're looking for fluent and native English speakers. Now, if maybe English is not your first language, but you live in a country where English is the native and the first language. I've had a lot of people say, well, they're not hiring South African teachers. Well, English is common. It's one of the languages that they commonly speak, but it's not considered a first language. Even if there are people that are in South Africa that have only spoken English as a country, South Africa, those parts of Africa, those countries don't generally have English as their first language. And so you have to be in a country where English is your first language, like Canada, Australia, England, the United States of America, that's where they hire their tutors, because English is the native and the first language that's spoken. So 18, English needs to be your first language. You need to have not a thick accent. So like if you have a really thick, even if English is your first language and you have a really thick accent and it's hard for you to understand or hard for you to be understood, and you speak a lot of slang maybe, then you're going to be denied. Because these students need to be able to clearly pick up on your vocabulary that you're using, the deflections of your voice, how you're saying things, your pronunciation. That's going to rub off on them when you're teaching them how to pronounce these words. When you're practicing enunciation, that's rubbing off on them. So if your accent is really thick and they start talking with that really thick accent that is completely unnatural for the setting that they're in, speaking English, then that's frowned upon. You get it? So I'm sure you've seen actors that you're like, I didn't know they were French. I didn't know they were Latin. What? Because when they're acting, they probably had like a straight American, just bland. Well, I guess if you're not from the States, you would call it an accent. For me, it's my first language, so I don't call it an accent. But you have to, they can make it sound like they are just natively from the United States. You have to have that type of speech. Now, if you are British, there's British English and then there's United States English. There's two different types of English verbiage and accents that are considered appreciated. Some prefer British English. Like they like that, the way that those words are spoken. They like some spelling is different. Some vocabulary is even different. So there's a preference with some people there, but you don't have to worry about that because they'll know. Because on Cambly, on your profile, it'll say either American, it'll have the United States flag, it'll say like United States, and it'll have your little flag by your name. Or if you're from Australia or the UK, anywhere in the UK, it'll have your flag there posted by your profile name. So those are some of the basic requirements. No degree, no formal training on teaching English, none of that. None of that. You just need to be a conversationalist. You need to be able to follow directions and be able to navigate through your computer. Another thing I would tell you is one of the things that would be required of you to apply would be to do an introductory video. They don't want you to edit it. They don't want anything fancy with shooting stars coming. They don't want anything like that. They want what the students are going to see. They want to see your space. So like right here, I have the door behind me because now I used to teach from my laptop, but now I teach from my desktop computer, and it happens to be in my living room. The other one is in my daughter's room. Go figure. So maybe even a background like this is acceptable. It doesn't have to be an all made up fancy background, but it needs to be a background that's clean and clear from clutter or any back traffic. So Cambly also has a screen that it'll show you, and it'll have like a green screen where it'll show Cambly. It looks like you have a Cambly background. So they have that option to put on as well, which I'm so glad they did that. So as long as your area is well lit up, then that background, that AI green screen Cambly background will show up really good. But it doesn't when you're doing your introductory video to apply. It does not. So you have to make sure you are in a place where it's quiet, the background is clean, So something like this is acceptable. Or if you even have a designated place and you have it all beautiful, your backdrop on your wall is just, oh, that's great. That I just don't. I used to, if you've seen like some really, really old, some of my more amateur videos, really old videos, you would see I had my background all done up, and because I taught for multiple companies, and I had a designated space in my house, a whole room, props everywhere, all types of stuff. Now we'll talk about props in another video as well, and TPR. I got you. I got you. I got you. If this sounds like jibber jabber, I got you. We're gonna lay it all out. That's how you're going to apply. Okay, it's self-explanatory. If you go down into the description, you'll see my link to apply. I get a referral fee, and you even get a higher on bonus. I think it's like $10. I get $10, you get $10. We both get paid, and you get started with making that money, making money. And with that, you would be able to, you don't have to have a set schedule. You can just decide, I have some free time, let me just jump on Cambly. That's the beautiful thing about Cambly. You can just jump on whenever you want to and make yourself available. Now, if you want more predictability for your students, so that people have the opportunity to book you and actually have regulars, because regulars look for a schedule that they can put on, that they know a certain time on this day they're going to talk to you. You can create a schedule, and your schedule, you can change your schedule however you want to. You can set your schedule for a week, you can set it for 2 weeks, you can take 2 months off of Cambly to travel. You can do all of that, and you're not penalized for anything. Your schedule is literally your schedule. You are a contractor. You do what you want with your schedule. The only thing is last minute cancels. Don't do it. Now, if there's an emergency, like I've had power outages due to storms, then you're going to have to cancel your classes and communicate with Cambly. All of that's built into the platform where you can just contact them and let them know. And as long as they see that it's not like, well, okay, so you have a storm and a power outage every week, really? As long as they see it's not something that's being abused, you're fine. You are. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for what? When did I get on Cambly? I got on Cambly in 2019, 2018, 2019. I've been doing this ever since. And I have taken, I think the most time I've taken off is 7 or 8 months, 7, 8 months. And I had messages, I would get emails saying a student sent you a message. Please, when are you opening classes? I took 7, 8 months off. And then I was getting messages to open classes because they wanted to see me and take my classes. And I came back and started opening classes. You didn't have to reapply. Just open your classes and start doing what you do. And that's what I've been doing. Take breaks when I want to, schedule, do whatever I want to. You get to do what you want to do and make that money. And if you just commit, I'm telling you, time flies like this. Every day I do 2 to 3 hours. Well, Monday through Friday, I do 2 to 3 hours, and it flies by like this. So say you want to commit 5 hours. If you did 5 to 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, not even 7 days a week, depending on where you live. I live in Oklahoma. Cost of living in Oklahoma is low. That's why so many people, during all the house market crisis and everything crashing, 2020, 2021, all that stuff, so many people moved to Oklahoma and the surrounding areas because cost of living is so low here. They left Cali and all those places. So living in Oklahoma, if I wanted to, I can do Cambly full time, which I have done. I did that during all of the nonsense in 2020, 2021. I did that full time and made buku money. Just Cambly alone paid my rent. I was renting at the time. I hadn't bought this house yet. It paid my rent, paid all my utilities. I didn't even have a car payment. Rent, utilities, and I had leftover money to shop on Amazon and have stuff delivered to my house so I didn't have to leave. So some people do this full time, okay? That's how you apply. It's easy peasy. The next video, I'm going to show you, I'm going to have to create a fake account because I'm already on Cambly, so I'm gonna have to create a fake account and kind of walk through the application process step by step. But this was some basic information on Cambly so you can decide for yourself, is it worth it? When you're working on the adult side of the platform, you make $10 an hour. They pay by the minute, but it comes up to $10 an hour. If you work on the children's side, which I normally do 99% of the time, you make $12 an hour. They pay by the minute, but it's $12 an hour. And all your classes are 30 minutes. They don't have 15 minutes an hour. Every class is 30 minutes on the children's side, and it's $12 an hour. So on the adult side, the time of your classes that people request, it differs. It depends on them. It can change. It could be 15 minutes, 10 minutes. It could be 45 minutes. It could be an hour. It could be 30 minutes. It just really depends on what they're requesting. And you have the right to decline. Like if somebody wanted to jump on your schedule, you have the right to decline them. You know how you can block people on social media? Cambly is not going to let you just sit there and be abused. If you find yourself in a situation where you're just like, I don't feel comfortable with this person, you can block them. Yes. I haven't had to block somebody in a long time, but I've done it. Block them. So yes, I'm excited for Cambly. Cambly has been a staple in my work routine, and that money. And I'm going to do a whole series. Hopefully you're amped up and you're ready to make Cambly your side gig. You're like, oh man, I got some bills coming up. How am I going to make some money real fast? You get paid every week on Cambly. Like today is Tuesday. I have I think I've earned $138, it said. $138. $138 are dropping into my PayPal account today. It should be there. Normally it drops like around 11 a.m. noon. It'll drop into my PayPal account. And that's just me doing 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. And if I have cancellations, Cambly's not my main job. So I close my schedule out. You can always get it to the point where you make yourself available so that if there's cancellations, other people can call you in place of those cancellations so you can make that money. I don't do that because I'm like, okay, somebody canceled. For me, it's no big deal. I'm like, I'm going to take a nap or I'm going to go do something until my next class starts. That's how I do it. So rock it out with Cambly, rock it out with me, and let's do this series.